Experience the unthinkable. Witness the incredible escapes from North Korea. Soldiers pursued by bullets, spies crossing treacherous waters, and families united in their fight for freedom. Prepare to be captivated by the bravery of those who risked it all. Don't miss the jaw-dropping stories on The Blind Truth. Today, we delve into the harrowing realities of life in North Korea, one of the world's most repressive nations. Due to the nation's strict military control, it is challenging to uncover the truth about what transpires between the country and its citizens. While North Korea's nuclear weapons arsenal is widely known, there is much more happening behind the scenes. As a totalitarian nation, North Korea has forced some of its citizens to escape, often risking their lives in the process. While some manage to make it out alive, others are not as fortunate. Today, we bring you the 10 most incredible escapes from North Korea, shedding light on the struggles faced by those living in the world's most repressive country. Number 10. A soldier's daring escape under fire. In November 2017, an astonishing escape unfolded involving the son of a North Korean general, Oh Chung-song. Chung-song himself was a soldier in the country's military. Surprisingly, he had no intention of escaping when he woke up that morning. Growing up in North Korea, Chung-song enjoyed a comfortable life thanks to his father's high rank. However, a sudden decision forced him to run for his life. After getting into trouble with his friends, Chung-song decided to go for a few drinks at a bar to take his mind off the incident. Little did he know that this innocent outing would spark an extraordinary chain of events. After a fun night with some beers, Chung-song hopped into his car to drive back to the military base. As he approached the base, he was supposed to stop at a checkpoint, but instead broke through it. That's when the race for survival began. Realizing the severe consequences he could face for violating the checkpoint, Chung-song pushed his car to its limits, driving at high speed. Other military officers quickly joined the pursuit, hot on his trail. Unfortunately, he crashed into a ditch, complicating matters. With the border within reach, Chung-song abandoned his car and ran the rest of the way to the fence while his pursuers closed in. Despite being wounded by 5 bullets fired by his military friends, Chung-song managed to cross the border. Unconscious from his injuries, he was discovered by South Korean soldiers who swiftly provided him with safety and medical attention. After recovering, Chung-song expressed no regrets about leaving his country, stating that he was glad he had escaped. Number 9. A daring raft escape by a North Korean elite. While military officers escaping from North Korea are rare, there are exceptions. This escape involves a former North Korean spy, Chul Lee, and his friend. Both work for the National Intelligence Service, responsible for monitoring over 1,000 people through informants. As members of the elite, they had access to various privileges and unique credentials that enabled them to travel freely within North Korea. However, witnessing the country's reality and the oppressive nature of the government led them to contemplate escape. Their chance came when they interacted with a South Korean organization delivering rice for charity to prevent starvation in rural areas. Chul Lee took the opportunity to learn about life across the border and began plotting their escape. Considering their circumstances, they couldn't travel directly to the Chinese border, as it would arouse suspicion among their colleagues. Instead, they devised a plan to escape via the Yellow Sea, which spanned a distance of 3.7 miles. Unfortunately, they had no access to a boat and couldn't raise any suspicions. As a result, they decided to swim across the treacherous sea. Equipped with food and other supplies, they began the daunting swim. After 2 hours of swimming, they faced difficulties and had to discard their belongings, including shoes and pants, to lighten their load. They encountered additional challenges when they spotted a patrol boat, fearing detection and immediate capture. Hiding in fear, they noticed the patrol boat had no flag and moved towards them. As the weather conditions worsened and exhaustion set in, they couldn't swim any longer. Fortunately, they stumbled upon some plastic on an island, which they transformed into a makeshift raft using old wooden pallets and styrofoam. They stayed on the raft for hours until South Korean officers finally discovered them. Unaware that they had long crossed the border and were on South Korean territory, surviving the perils of the Yellow Sea, they had successfully escaped. Number 8. Jisung Hos Escape on Crutches. Escaping North Korea requires immense effort and determination, as evidenced by the previous escape stories. However, imagine attempting such a feat while disabled. Jisung Ho, a disabled individual, dared to undertake this incredible journey. His story began in 1996 when he was a teenager enduring the devastating famine in North Korea. With his family facing starvation, Jisung Ho resorted to desperate measures, even eating grass and rats to survive. In the process, he suffered a life-altering accident when he was hit by a train while attempting to steal coal. Becoming disabled made life even more challenging for him and his family, but Jisung Ho refused to give up. Determined to find a better life, he embarked on an extraordinary 6,000-mile journey on crutches. Traveling from North Korea to China, he eventually reached South Korea, where he was provided with a prosthetic arm and leg. Today, Jisung Ho works with other North Korean defectors to transmit information into the reclusive state. His incredible journey serves as a reminder of how far he has come on his path to freedom. Number 7. A Diplomats Defection. Defections from North Korea aren't limited to regular citizens. Even high-ranking government officials have sought refuge outside the totalitarian regime. Jojin Gil, a former North Korean diplomat, defected from the country, leaving everyone puzzled about his whereabouts. Gil served as the acting ambassador at the North Korean embassy in Rome until his disappearance. For nearly 2 years, his location remained unknown. The North Korean government launched an extensive search, but it was South Korean lawmaker Hee Tae-young who confirmed Gil's defection to South Korea in 2019. This marked a significant defection, as Gil was the highest-profile government official to defect since Tae Yong-ho, the former deputy ambassador to the United Kingdom, fled in 2016. The circumstances surrounding Gil's escape remain shrouded in mystery, but it caused a diplomatic stir between Italy and North Korea. Italy had been without a North Korean ambassador since Pyongyang's former envoy was expelled in 2017. Gil's defection came as a surprise to the Italian Foreign Ministry, as they had received notice from the North Korean embassy that Gil and his wife had left their premises. His daughter later returned to North Korea, requesting to be reunited with her grandparents. Number 6. Jiang Minwoos' bold escape. While some defectors risk their lives to escape from North Korea, others find mutual agreements to leave. Jiang Minwoo, a former North Korean soldier, embarked on a thrilling escape journey that sets him apart from the others. Jiang Minwoo decided to leave North Korea and made his intentions known to the border guards. Since they were all military personnel, he was able to depart without hassle or injuries. He left North Korea in his military uniform, but upon arriving in another country, he knew it would be inappropriate to keep wearing it, as it might be misconstrued by other countries' military forces. Arriving in Thailand, he borrowed clothes from friends to blend in while keeping his uniform safely stored in a bag. Jiang Minwoo wore his uniform every day, even off-duty, to retain the respect and privileges accorded to military officers in North Korea. Wearing the uniform became such a routine that he couldn't adapt to wearing ordinary clothes anymore. Upon reaching South Korea, he handed over his uniform to the South Korean intelligence agency to prove his defection was genuine and not an espionage ploy. Nevertheless, he received a summer uniform made of cotton for his appearance on the talk show, Now on My Way to Meet You, where North Korean defectors reflect and discuss their experiences. Number 5. Park Hyun-woo's desperate escape. The story of Park Hyun-woo and his father paints a different picture compared to other escapes. Constantly pressured by the North Korean military since his mother and sister left, Park Hyun-woo and his father decided to leave their home in the North Hangyeong province of North Korea. To avoid raising suspicions, they left home at different intervals and planned to meet later at night. They successfully rendezvoused at the semi-frozen Tumen River, which marks the border between China and North Korea. Unfortunately, tragedy struck as Park Hyun-woo's father drowned while crossing the river. Despite this heartbreaking loss, Park Hyun-woo remained determined. He continued his journey, carrying a flash drive containing valuable information and photos that he couldn't leave behind. The treacherous crossing tested him further, as his wet clothes froze while walking through the icy water. Nevertheless, he pressed on, eventually reaching the Chinese side of the river. Awaiting his arrival on the Chinese side was one of his sisters. The three family members reunited and managed to evade detection as they sneaked under a fence and found refuge in a safe house. It was there that Park Hyun-woo and his father discarded their North Korean leader lapel pins, symbolizing their newfound freedom. Number 4. No Kumsok's Daring Flight. No Kumsok's story stands out as one of the most surprising defections by a military official, a Korean-American engineer and aviator. No Kumsok served as a senior lieutenant in the Korean People's Army Air Force during the Korean War. No Kumsok initially applied to be an officer in the Korean People's Navy, lying about his lack of experience in the selection test. With guidance from his history teacher, he passed the test and became an ensign. He was subsequently sent to Manchuria for flight training and quickly rose through the ranks to become a senior lieutenant. No Kumsok's defection from North Korea took place on the morning of September 21, 1953. He flew his MiG-15 from Sunan, just outside Pyongyang, to Kimpo Air Base in South Korea. The entire flight lasted only 17 minutes, with the MiG reaching speeds of 1,000 kilometers per hour. No Kumsok was not pursued by North Korean or American aircraft during his daring flight. The U.S. radar near Kimpo was temporarily shut down for maintenance, and he landed in the wrong direction, narrowly avoiding colliding with an F-86 Sabre jet. Upon landing, he parked the MiG aircraft between two Sabre jets, jumped out, tore up a picture of Kim Il-sung placed in the cockpit, and surrendered to the approaching security guards at the airbase. This daring escape earned him double luck and solidified his freedom. Number 3. Song Byok's tale of tragedy and determination. Song Byok's story encompasses both tragedy and resilience. He and his father attempted to cross the Tumen River in 2000, but his father tragically drowned during the crossing. Hungry and desperate due to the famine in North Korea at the time, they waded into the water in search of sustenance. After his father's death, Song Byok was captured by North Korean guards who handcuffed and tortured him. He spent 4 months in Chongjin prison camp before being released. Once free, Song Byok's determination to defect grew stronger. His successful escape from North Korea ultimately led him to South Korea, where he now resides. Today, Song Byok uses his artistic talent to shed light on the suffering endured by the North Korean people and continues to advocate for their rights. Number 2. Kim Ryan-hui's unconventional decision. Kim Ryan-hui's story showcases a surprising twist in the realm of defections. Unlike most defectors who strive to reach South Korea and never look back, Kim Ryan-hui expressed a desire to return to North Korea willingly. In 2011, she traveled to China for medical treatment, only to discover that free healthcare did not exist. Faced with mounting bills, Kim Ryan-hui began taking odd jobs until she encountered a broker who smuggled North Koreans to South Korea, promising her better financial prospects. Arriving in Seoul, Kim Ryan-hui planned to leave immediately and find her way back to North Korea. Her decision generated significant media attention and raised concerns among officials in both North and South Korea. North Korea has requested her return, while South Korea remains skeptical, fearing she may attempt to return to North Korea via China. Kim Ryan-Hui's main motivation for the past 7 years has been to reunite with her daughter and husband in Pyongyang. She continues to pursue her goal through petitions to the United Nations and public appearances, presenting herself as a stranger trapped in a foreign land. Number 1. A family's collective escape. Sometimes, an entire family seeks a better life when hope runs dry. Such was the case when a South Korean Navy ship discovered a 5-ton wooden boat carrying 22 North Korean defectors across the West Sea. Spotted from 38 kilometers south of the de facto maritime border and 41 kilometers west of Jiang Island, the boat carried 12 men, 10 women, and 8 children, including 3 under the age of 10. The journey across such vast waters is awe-inspiring, and only a few North Koreans dare to attempt it. According to the Unification Ministry, 112 North Koreans fled from the seaport of Nampo and 334 from South Hwangha Province, which borders the West Sea, as of April this year. These numbers represent only a small fraction, 2%, of the total 21,294 defectors who have reached South Korea. We'd love to hear which story caught your attention the most. Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Blind Truth. Stay tuned for more thought-provoking content on our channel.